Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 10th, 2022. My name is Michael Leizerman, here with the Trial Guide's tip of the day. Today's tip comes from Paul Luvera and Lida Barnett, Luvera's book, Luvera on Advocacy. In our advocacy, we need to be cautious about assuming that our idea of common sense is the same as an individual juror's. That's great. I'm glad the Luveras have brought that up. Common sense. Of course, we want our argument to be the one that has common sense, right? Um, and if we look at the world, especially if we look at politics, right? People on both sides or in between, or who knows, people think, oh, look, others just lack simple common sense. This, therefore that, and they don't see it. And then other people say the opposite about them. So what do we do with that as trial lawyers? Well, first of all, we have to pick themes that transcend politics. And also, just as human beings, we need to pay attention to what is common sense. So I just revert to my Zen training, and in Zen, you would say, the wind blows, the tree sways. Right? Wind blows, and the tree sways. That's common sense. That's clear cause and effect. Well, what do we do when it gets more complicated than that? Does your does what comes out of your mouth, is that something that just clicks, right? Does that have the common sense click? During the day the moon comes out. That doesn't sound right. So how do you talk about something that's maybe more complex than just the wind blowing and the tree moving? Now, if you can make it that simple, all the better. Well, there's a few ways. There's a great trial guides books about the setting up the domino, right, for causation. Get those books. That's, to me, like a very common sense way of showing step by step. You can also do this orally. So if you want to make a point that the moon rises during the day, when you say that, it doesn't sound right. But what if you go step by step and say, I always think of the moon rising at night, certainly not during the day. And then someone told me the moon comes up at the same time as the sun. That's what's called a new moon. They're both up at the same time. We just can't see them. So when we say the moon rises at night, it really means we see the moon at night. Actually, sometimes it rises in the day. We just can't see it. So sometimes the moon rises in the day. The moon rises in the day. When we introduce it that way, in clear gradations, then you have permission to say that the moon rises in the day. All right. Common sense. It's worth thinking about, and how to get to common sense themes and sentences that click in your case. Let's take a moment to take a deep breath together and just feel alive today. Be grateful to be alive today. May we act in the world with the time, hopefully, we have today. We never know. To reduce suffering, to do good things, to build relationships that are meaningful with others. I'm going to ring a bell 3 times now. This can take you into a meditation practice, a prayer practice, or just remind you, wake up, do good things, and have fun today.